Yo, what up? Yo, this is just some video I shot last month of my the preparations for my daughter's 16th birthday party, and I'm gonna call this one "Cooking with T Squeegee" because I love to cook. Um, that's what I do in my spare time when I'm not playing ball in the yard with the boy or cleaning windows or doing family stuff. I like to cook for people. I like to get people together once a month. We have UFC fight parties or boxing parties and or football. When in football season we have football parties. Whatever sporting events. Get everybody together and cook some food because it's a passion of mine. I think if I had it to do over again, I would probably be. I probably would have went to culinary school. I'd probably hate that, but because I do be doing it for a living. But I love to cook. It's something I got from my grandmother. My grandmother was a from scratch kind of lady. I know Mark Tanner mentioned it on an episode about my biscuits and gravy recipe. That's something I learned from her. The smoking meats and stuff like that. That's something I kind of picked up on my own, and I'm decent at it, and I like to do it. It's fun. And like I said, I just like getting the family together. To me, that's um, what makes life worth it is getting the family together, getting your friends together, everybody getting together, having a good time, enjoy each other's company because um, that whole whoever has the most toys wins fucking bullshit in the end. That's bullshit. Whoever has the most memories in the end wins. And I'm rich in memories. And I like to entertain and I like to be around my folks, my family, my friends, and have a good time. And I'll build memories for my children, have their cousins and their family around all the time like I did when I was young, you know what I mean? And I think that's lost on a lot of people these days. People like to keep to themselves, but family's number one to me. And this is just a video, some cuts of me cooking, and, I'm going to bullshit over top of them and, talk about the day and, hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't, it is what it is. I don't know. This most likely will be a one-off, but it's just some footage I had sitting in the memory banks there, and I just wanted to get it out and get it out of my computer. And why not use it? I haven't done a video in a while outside the podcast, so this ought to be interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace. What's up, guys? This is Cooking with T Squeegee. Some rib preparation here in my old kitchen, my grandma and grandpa's kitchen. I live in my grandparents' house now. I bought my grandparents' house, the house I was raised in, from my grandparents after my grandmother died. I moved in and bought it and took care of my grandfather until he passed away. It's kind of bittersweet watching this video here because this kitchen is now being demolished. I am renovating. I've been doing a room at a time, and the kitchen is next. Or on, well, being done as we speak. As you can see, the tiles are falling off the countertops. It's just, I like to wash my meat down. I like to keep my meat clean. Pull the membrane off. Little whoosher, little rice vinegar infused with garlic, little salt and pepper. I use a rag to pull that membrane off the back. It makes it a lot easier to grab a hold of. You can just grab it and pull it, and it rips right off super easy. Just eat. I think it smokes better that way. Oh, there's Jen. She's going to be mad. She's in her PJs on a YouTube video. Whatever. As you can see, I lucked out. I have a beautiful woman in my life. My ogre ass found somebody good looking. Ooh, secrets. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I put French's yellow mustard on my ribs, and I do that to keep my rib rub, which is in this video famous Dave's, because I ain't had a time to. I didn't have time at this point to make any rub. I still haven't made. I make my own rib rub, but I didn't have time to do it, and I still haven't done it. Just been super busy. But famous Dave's rib rub is really good. It's good shit. It's not bad at all. Well, I like it. I enjoy cooking, man. I like having people over and cooking and, what's better than a full belly, man? That's just the way I grew up. Mama would have us over, have the all my cousins over and stuff, and we'd have breakfast in the morning on Saturday. She used to do biscuits and gravy or omelets, and my cousins that lived across the street anyway. There was 12 of us, so she couldn't have us all over. But my three cousins that lived right across the street from this front porch grew up. They were in high school when I was in grade school, so there was a big age difference. But I still spent a lot of time with them. But they used to come over for breakfast, and my other cousin Jason, he was real close with my cousin Mike, and they were always the five of us were always at the house. I used to always get in trouble. My cousin Jason would get my ass whooped by my grandfather, and he'd send me to the room. He'd send me to my bedroom. My cousin Jason would always find a way to get me in trouble. He was such an asshole. I love him though, but whatever. I'm like a 3-minute shot of my ass here while I'm stowing meat away in my fucking smoker. Well, deal with it, guys. Ooh, a close-up of the ribs. This is an electric smoker. I have a gas, or I'm not a gas. Gas is cheating. I have so is electric, in my opinion, but it's cold out up here. So I use the electric smoker in the wintertime. It's just easier to maintain temperature that way. Because I do prime ribs for Christmas and hams and it just, the electric smoker makes it easy in the wintertime. I primarily, in the summertime, and fall through spring, summer, I usually use the charcoal smoker. I just like it more. I have 2 charcoal smokers, actually. I'm like a nut with this stuff. But I just dig it. I dig it I dig charcoal, but the electric works good in the wintertime. Or when you just you don't feel like fucking dicking with a charcoal smoker. This is just, you put it in, it's plug and play. You know what I mean? You stick your meat in there. I can monitor it via Bluetooth with my cell phone with a little app. I can adjust the temperature and the time and stuff like that. Super awesome, man. Keep real-time view of my meat while it's smoking, because my meat is important. I'm about to add some wood chips here. I usually use pecan or apple. I use mesquite at times too, but not with pork or chicken. Usually with beef, I use mesquite. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I use nut trees and fruit tree wood with pork and beef, and I use mesquite with chicken. Sorry, I messed that up. But whatever. I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you, doing this. But I wanted to get this video put together and put up before I got rid of this video. My computer's starting to get clogged up, and I just wanted to pull all this off and put it on my hard drive, because you never know when some asshole will flag your channel for bullshit and get it yanked down. So I got all my stuff backed up. Ooh, this is secret squirrel shit here. This is my homemade macaroni and cheese. That's a couple sticks of butter. At this point, 4 cups of milk. I'm about to add 4 more cups of milk. 1/3 of a cup of flour. Some garlic salt. Some Dijon mustard. That Grey Poupon. Don't be trying to slack on it, guys. Some Grey Poupon, about a tablespoon of that, and some chili powder, some cayenne pepper. I like to have it a little bit of spicy, because I also add, and then it's 2 bags of Colby Jack cheese and a bag of pepper jack cheese. I like to smell my food. I didn't spit in it or nothing, I promise. And a bag of shredded pepper jack cheese too. I like to, like I said, I like it a little bit of spice in my life. You guys are looking at it like, oh my God, man, if you eat that, you're not going to shit for a month. Well, possibly, but that's a possibility. That's why you drink beer with it, and everything comes out real easy that way. It's kind of runny, as you can see. I show the camera there. I usually, what I do is, I do those 3 bags, and then I add a small block. In this case, I I use a whole small block of Velveeta cheese in there. Just makes it creamier, stiffens it up, you know, whatever. If I'm doing a half a batch, this is a double batch. I gave you a double batch recipe there, essentially with the third of a cup of flour and the 8 cups of milk. I'm having a lot of people over for this party, so I had to make double because everyone loves it and it doesn't last, and then people get pissed because they don't get none. So, and even when I make a double batch, that people still get pissed because they didn't get none. So, it is what it is. But this is what I do. I like to do things by scratch. Who likes boxed macaroni and cheese? That shit sucks. Anything worth doing is worth doing right, and I like to do things right. Free Josh Gordon. That's my free Josh Gordon t-shirt I just noticed. I'm a Browns fan. Whatever. Oh, I'm getting ready to pour. Oh, yeah. See, I like to pour half in there, mix it all up, and then add the other half afterwards. I like to do it that way, just to make sure all the shells are separated and they all got some cheese sauce in them and everything's mixed up nice and good. That way there's no bare spots, and then pour the rest over the top. What I normally do when I do this is I like to let the shit sit on the stove for a while so it kind of stiffens up, you know what I mean? Because if not, you put it in the oven, pull it out, it takes forever. Then you got to wait for it to cool down to stiffen up. And if you let it stiffen up before you put it in the oven and bake it, because I like to put it in there for like a half hour to bake it, and it seems to work out better if you let it sit for a while. As you can see, it's kind of almost like cereal right now. But that's homemade macaroni and shells and cheese, guys. Yeah, it's the good stuff. Woo, woo, woo. God damn, it's good shit. Here it is after it's sitting for a little while on the stove. I put a handful of shredded cheese on the top, just a little bit extra, kind of stiffen it up some more. And then I used to do cracker crust on this, some ground up Ritz crackers, but I found this Spice Island stuff at Kroger's. It's kind of got a little bit of kick to it, not a lot, and it's cornflakes. A little bit of cornflakes. I add this on top, spray it down with some. I can't believe it's not butter on the top. And I know I'm chubby. I'm like, dude, I need to lose weight. And then I'm showing you this video of all this funky food, but I have lost 15 pounds, guys. I am down 15 pounds. And I'm not really trying. I just, changed the old hand-to-mouth disease that I got. I slowed that down, and I cut the sodas out. The sodas and the sugars I cut out, so what can you do? I figure once I get down to 10 more pounds, 10 or 15 more pounds, I'll have a lot more energy, and I'll be able to start to get into the gym in the evenings, because I have no time in the morning to do nothing. I'm restaurants all morning, because not only do I have my regular restaurants, but I have my seasonal restaurants from the theme park now. So, my mornings are super full. So from 5 to 10 o'clock, I'm doing nothing but restaurants and route work. And then I get into my houses and stuff. This right here is my little, my buddy Danny Zellers from Mississippi. He's a competition barbecue guy. He gave me this little tip here. It's some Parquet squeeze butter and then some raw sugar. Some sugar in the raw. It's called turbinado. What I do is I do, as you see in the squiggly lines, and then pour a little bit of sugar in there. And what that does is it kind of puts a nice sheen on the rib. Doesn't make it sweet or nothing like that, but, kind of base it in its own juice, makes it shiny, and kind of helps make the rib look cool. It looks nicer, I should say, really. Might do a little something in the tenderization too, I don't know. But once you pull them out of this foil, I do 3 hours smoke, because after 3 hours, your meat's not taking any more smoke. Ribs anyway, So, I normally do 3 hours smoke, 2 hours in foil. Normally in an electric smoker, about an hour and a half, because the electric smoker is so consistent. But charcoal, it's 3-2-1. 3 hours smoke, 2 hours foil, 1 hour in to firm them up. And I usually drop a half hour off those two last times in the electric smoker, just because you can easily overcook them in an electric smoker. Um, I do the hour rest or half hour rest out of the foil to firm the meat back up, because once you pull them out of the foil, they will pull right off, the meat pulls right off the bone. You can slide the bones right out of the meat. And if you let them sit in the foil unwrapped for a little bit, like half hour or an hour when you're doing 45 minutes in charcoal, it kind of tightens the meat back up onto the bone. Still super tender, but it makes it easier when you go to bone them out. People can just pick them up with the bone and eat them instead of just falling completely apart. It just, it's what I prefer. I prefer it that way, just easier for folks to eat. I think we even made some homemade shredded. You guys like shredded chicken sandwiches? There's a crock pot over my shoulder there full of homemade shredded chicken. Shit is super good. But we like to do everything homemade, man. Like to cook our food with love. You know what I mean? You don't put a little love into it, man. What's the point in doing? You might as well just order fucking pizza. You know? I just like to cook, man. It's just, cooking, getting together with the family, man. Building those memories for the memory box for when you're old and sitting in the rocking chair and you got things to think about. You know what I mean? Instead of toys to play with, you got memories to think about. And that's what I prefer. I prefer good company over a toy any day of the week. That's just me. I'm a people person. I like to be around people, and I love to please too. I think that's why I like to cook, because it's good to see people's faces when they've got a mouthful of good food and they're all laid out on your couch like, oh my God, that was great. There's just, it's awesome, man. Good people, good family, good company, friends, family come over and enjoy food and have a couple of drinks and, just have a good time, man. Enjoy each other, man. That's what life's all about, is the experience, man. It's not about the shit you get. It's not about how many watches you have or how many cars you got. It's about the experience, man. Because all that shit fades. What doesn't fade is memory. Unless you don't have any. Unless you don't have any memories. But I want to make sure my kids had what I had growing up. All the family around, good relationships, and people they can lean on later in life if they need to. Those are important things, man. This poor kitchen, man. My grandparents' kitchen, I own their house now. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier or not, but I live in the house my grandparents raised me in. My grandma passed away. I bought the house and took care of my grandfather until he passed away. And this kitchen is being destroyed right now. I'm actually remodeling it. It sucks because it reminds me so much of my grandma, but it's in dire need of remodeling. New appliances, new appliances only did so much for it. I was just like, my wife's like, we got to do something. So it's being remodeled now. You guys will get to see videos of that too, me remodeling my kitchen. I'm doing it myself. I used to be a carpenter, so I can do it. So whatever. Here's the whole family here. Well, as many as of them I could get. There's people behind me too, as many people as I could get. But you can see the house is a rockin'. It is full of folks. We're getting ready to sing happy birthday. There's my family wall of photos. My giant cousin Josh, former Marine, in the way there. Look at him. The guy with the hat on there. Also a Detroit Inkster firefighter. Inkster, that's the company he belongs to, Inkster. There with his dip bucket in his back pocket there. My brother-in-law, Keith. So, yeah, that was Cooking with T Squeegee at my daughter's 16th birthday party last month. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was amazing, I thought. Some deep cuts, some rib cooking, some macaroni and cheese cooking, and some happy birthday at the end. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I hope you like this video. I know it's completely off topic, but just something a little different. Just throw a little curveball at you guys. You ain't gotta love it. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta watch it. if you do, thanks. I appreciate it. You want any tidbits about way I smoke my meat or make my macaroni and cheese or how I make my homemade shredded chicken sandwiches? Hit me up, man. I'll help you out. I hope you be chubby like me. But man, you guys are awesome, man. We're gonna be putting up another podcast soon, and I'm gonna be getting back to the videos. I took some time off because I was just running ragged. But I'm gonna start getting back at the videos here. I'm gonna review some Sorbo channels here, man. Tell you guys what I love about these channels. Just some more on the glass stuff, and we're gonna keep doing the podcast. And hey, maybe we'll do some more shit. I don't know. Give me some topics to cover in my videos. Want me to review a tool? Let me know, man. I'll buy a tool, try it out. You guys can laugh at me, whatever. But thanks a lot, guys. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you soon. Peace.